Welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Caleb Aguayo. Let's take a look at our forecast today. We're seeing lots of clouds today outside, but we're also seeing temperatures rise on time for Christmas. No white Christmas for us today. Let's bring in Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Jordan, just how high are those temperatures expected to look as we get closer to Christmas?
Yeah, they're going to climb higher on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day than what we saw even today, which is kind of impressive because today temperatures managed to climb into the mid and upper 60s. Impressive for a couple of different reasons. One, today's numbers were, of course, well above where we should be this time of year. And two, temperatures climbed so high despite that cloud cover we saw across the Tennessee Valley this afternoon. Very little in the way of any sunshine. Still warm this evening, 62 right now in Huntsville, sitting at 64 in Fayetteville, 60 degrees in Coleman. Now, a couple of folks have fallen into the upper 50s, but still, that's quite warm when you consider the fact that we're just a couple of days away from Christmas. 59 degrees right now in Fort Payne. We're also sitting at 59, both Arab and Albertville. These numbers not going to move all that much over the next couple of hours. As a matter of fact, the vast majority of us are going to continue to hang out in the 60s, 62 at 8, 61 by 9, 60 degrees by the time we get to 10 p.m. Maybe a little bit of light drizzle develops across the Tennessee Valley. Emphasis there on a little bit of light drizzle. It's hardly going to be impactful, and most of us are going to be dry. Radar does look quiet for the time being. Another small opportunity for rain is in the forecast as we head into your Christmas Eve. We'll talk about it in great detail here in just a couple of minutes.
Thanks, Jordan. An elementary school PE teacher over in Madison was arrested today for child abuse. Madison police arrested Barbara Tribble for allegedly physically assaulting a child while employed at Midtown Elementary School. Police didn't say if the alleged assault happened at the school. Madison City Schools tell Fox 54 Tribble is still employed by the school but is on administrative leave. Tribble is charged with child abuse and was taken to the Madison County Jail. She's since been released on a $5,000 bond. Huntsville police have identified the woman hit and killed by a car last night. HPD says 70-year-old Martha Miller was crossing Mountain Gap Road around 6 p.m. when she was hit by a car. MZ says Miller died before she could be taken to the hospital. According to HPD, Miller was walking outside a marked crosswalk. The driver of the car suffered minor injuries and didn't show signs of impairment. This is an ongoing investigation, and we'll update you as more information becomes available. It's important to avoid leaving boxes from high-value items on your curb, as it could help potential thieves see what homes have the best items to steal. That's why the City of Madison is offering a dumpster to safely dispose of your holiday packaging. The dumpster is at Madison City Hall on Hughes Road and will remain at City Hall through January 1st. Before you put your leftover gift wrap or holiday packaging out on the curb, you may want to check the calendar. Cities across North Alabama are changing their trash collection schedules for the holidays. Curbside trash collection in Huntsville is being delayed by 1 day this week. That means Thursday routes will be picked up on Friday and Fridays on Saturday. And Decatur won't collect your trash on Christmas. So if your trash is normally collected on Thursday, it will now be taken on Friday. For a full list of this week and next week's trash schedule changes, go to fox54.com. And trash collection isn't the only thing being affected by the holidays. Many city and county offices are closing. This includes all county offices in Madison, Limestone, Marshall, and Lauderdale counties from December 24th to December 26th. The city of Huntsville is closing municipal offices on Christmas Day, which includes animal services, parks and recreation, public transit, and municipal court. Many other cities are also expected to close their offices. You can learn more about these expected closures along with service interruptions on our website, fox54.com. And it's not just cities that are expecting closures. Decatur Utilities announced today they're closing for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. This means you won't be able to do any business in person. However, some services will still be available. Payments can be made via Smart Hub online at DecaturUtilities.com using the Smart Hub app. And if you experience a service interruption or other utility emergency, you're asked to call the number on your screen. That's 256-552-1400. And while families are hanging lights and preparing holiday meals, many across North Alabama are wondering where they will eat and sleep this Christmas. 2024 data from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development shows over 800 people are unhoused across North Alabama, but that number only covers those who were officially documented, meaning the number is likely much higher. Logan Alexandra Russell takes us to a local shelter to see how the community is responding to the growing need.
For some of us, the next few days will be filled with the warmth and company of our families and the glow of holiday traditions. Some may even say happy holidays in passing, but for some, the holidays are not always the happiest. At the Downtown Rescue Mission, the doors on Evangel Drive are always open, but during the holidays, the goal is to make the campus feel less like a shelter and more like a home.
It's busy for everybody and it's hectic, and everybody's out buying gifts and you hear the music, but folks that are homeless sometimes don't see that same joy that happens. And we try to provide that here at the Mission for them. We have gifts that we give them, we have special meals. But it's a hard time for them when they're going through a season where there's a lot of celebration.
Overholt says around half of the people staying at the shelter have been homeless for less than 6 months, forcing them to battle a new reality. This can be tough and overwhelming, but the shelter says they're determined to make sure everyone feels special, heard, and cared for.
When they think about homeless, they're thinking, well, that's that guy that's 55 years old under the bridge. Well, more times than not, it's people that are just struggling and didn't pay their rent that month and they've got kicked out. Those are things that happen all the time here. And so, there's a lot of people that are with us that aren't homeless for a long time. They're just newly homeless.
DRM says you can help make a difference by donating toys or gifts to help make someone's holiday a little more cheerful. From Huntsville, Logan Alexander Russell, Fox 54 News.
Now we're bringing in Logan Alexander Russell to speak with us tonight. Now, I took away from that just now that homelessness can come, or being unhoused can come in all types of forms. It can be long-term, it can be a little shorter term. Logan, what were some of the biggest takeaways that you got out of today?
Well, for one, I will say that there is a sense of community for those who are experiencing homelessness. Like you said, and as we said earlier in the story, that, the circumstances are different across the board. But regardless, the Downtown Rescue Mission wants to make sure that everybody feels welcome, heard, and is able to experience the same holiday cheer that everyone else is.
All right. And what are some of the biggest things that they're kind of doing to make people feel more at home, more included there at the Rescue Mission?
So they are providing gifts for Christmas, as well as a special meal that will happen. It's their Christmas banquet, so it will be during lunchtime.
Absolutely.
On Christmas.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Logan Alexandra, and we'll see you next time. One local family is making a difference this Christmas, distributing gifts to over 600 families in Hazel Green, and it's all to keep one local legacy alive. Gary Thomas founded Santa's Helpers, giving out gifts to children for almost 30 years. He would take used toys and repair them by hand to make sure each child got something special. Thomas died from pancreatic cancer in October, leaving behind his family and a warehouse with thousands of gifts. His wife, Barbara Thomas, now runs the store, and she says they work for anyone who might need help.
A lot of these families can't afford to buy for their families. Can't afford furniture if they have a fire, they need help. Domestic violence, a lot of women leave with nothing but the clothing on their back. And it's gotten to where thrift shops are so expensive, people just can't afford to buy it. So we don't make any requirements unless there's a need.
The family is working to keep the distribution going next year, but Thomas says without some help, they're going to close down in March. You can help by checking out the family's GoFundMe page, which you can find on FOX54.com. And time is running out to do your last-minute Christmas shopping, and many retailers are planning to close early tomorrow and shut their doors completely on Christmas Day. Retailers like Walmart, Target, and Costco will shut their doors for Christmas and won't reopen until Friday. However, major pharmacy chains like CVS and Walgreens will remain open, but pharmacy hours will vary by location. You're encouraged to call ahead or double-check store hours in person. U.S. airports are gearing up for what's expected to be an extremely busy holiday travel season, and that includes here in Huntsville. The TSA expects more than 44 million travelers during the holiday period. That would be a record if these projections hold up. But before you fly, the TSA has some reminders for you. You're now required to show TSA agents a real ID or other accepted forms of ID like a passport. The agency also has a new pre-check line for members of the military and other uniformed service members, and passengers no longer have to take their shoes off when they go through security checkpoints. The Huntsville International Airport also has some tips to get you through security more easily. The TSA uses the 311 rule for liquids, meaning you can carry three travel-sized containers under 3.4 ounces that must fit into one clear plastic quart-sized bag, and you're limited to one of these. Finally, if you're traveling with gifts, use a gift box or leave them unwrapped so they can be inspected easier.
It's always fun.
And coming up, we'll introduce you to this week's Fox 54 top teacher, how she's making a difference in the 4th grade, coming up next. And a mobile food pantry that's helping people with their groceries this Christmas, saying it's critical during the holiday season. That's coming up.
Now, Fox 54's Top Teacher, sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
I'm excited to introduce this week's Fox 54's Top Teacher. Not only was she nominated once, she was nominated twice, and by parents. We got to catch her just before the holidays. Her name is Katrina Campbell, fourth grade teacher from Owens Crossroads Elementary School. Here's the moment she was surprised.
I'd like to take this moment to recognize Miss Katrina Campbell as Fox 54 top teacher. Congratulations.
A hearty congratulations to Mrs. Katrina Campbell. She's been teaching for a total of 19 years and has been around the world, including South Korea and Alaska, but has made Owens Crossroads Elementary her home. This is her third year at OCR. Campbell says fourth grade is her favorite.
It's my heart grade. I've done all the grades, K through 8, except for 5th. And I was third grade for my first 2 years at OCR, so I rolled up with this group of babies, and fourth is just my favorite because they're able to joke with you, they're able to be independent, but still love school and get excited for anything that you throw at them.
Her fourth graders love her too. We spoke with the kids of the parents who nominated Mrs. Campbell, Amelia and Adam. Here's why they like her.
I got to be in her class last year and this year. That it's always fun, and if you're really nice to her, she's nice to you. But if you're bad to her, she's even worse. When I'm sad, she'll comfort me, and she'll let me draw when I want to. If I'm like stressed.
A well-deserved award for Mrs. Campbell. Check out the full clip of her surprise as a Fox 54 top teacher and her full interview right here on Fox 54 Plus, and of course, nominated teacher on fox54.com.
Redstone Arsenal is beginning its holiday gate hours this week. Find out how that might change your schedule coming up after the break.
Christmas is just a couple of days away, and we're talking about some of the warmest air we've seen in close to 10 years. We'll discuss in just a couple of minutes.
And families in Huntsville gathered to the Apollo Alternate School today for some extra help with the grocery bill. The Food Bank of North Alabama and Northwood Community Outreach held a drive-through mobile pantry to ensure neighbors have plenty of food on the table ahead of Christmas. Volunteers spent the morning loading trunks with a variety of fresh food and holiday staples.
The boxes have some fruit, some vegetables, some meat, and they're really hearty, so it's a lot in each box. So every family is welcome, and if you are actually wanting, but you are sending someone, then that person can get 2 boxes or more.
And at the end of the line, organizers also had free coats of all sizes for those who needed them. You can learn about ways to help on FOX54.com. The Salvation Army says they still haven't met their fundraising goal for Christmas, and they say it's because more people are going cashless. You may recognize the iconic sound of ringing bells to raise money for the Red Kettle campaign, but the organization says fewer people are carrying cash and coins to donate at stores. And with just hours to go until Christmas, the organization needs your help to raise $300,000. You can donate at the website on your screen, florencekettle.org. Decatur's annual Polar Bear Plunge is returning this year. Just take a look. Community Action Partnership of North Alabama hosts the free event every year as so-called polar bears dive in to raise money for Meals on Wheels and more of Morgan County. The plunge is on January 1st at Ingalls Harbor. If you don't want to take the plunge, you can support Meals on Wheels by buying a commemorative t-shirt or sweatshirt.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
We're seeing some cloudy skies today over downtown Huntsville. You can see the tinsel trail in the background, a sign of Christmas to come. But Jordan, I'm hearing we're going to have a rather warm Christmas this year.
Yeah, and I'm kind of excited about that.
Really? Why is that?
Again, like we were discussing earlier, if it's going to be cold, then I also need it to snow. And the overall odds of that happening here are like somewhere between 0 and 10%. So if I have to look at my ugly brown grass, then it might as well be 70 degrees while I'm doing that.
That's very fair. That's very fair.
Plus, I have not gotten a lot of time because, we've frozen so far the entire month of December, right? So I haven't gotten a lot of time to go look at the Christmas trees at the Tinsel Trail.
See, this gives you a chance to do that.
And stay comfortably warm.
There we go.
See?
That's something to do, yeah.
Are you excited about the warmer Christmas?
I'm kind of a mixed bag about it. I like that it will be warmer and get to go outside, do things, lounge around a little bit, but it should be cool. It's Christmas.
I suppose you make a good point, but I'm going to enjoy the warmth, and it is going to be a warm Tuesday evening. Temperatures holding pretty steady in the 60s, 62 at 8, 61 at 9, 60 degrees by the time we get to 10 p.m. If you want to go look at the Tinsel Trail tonight would be a wonderful night for that. Again, 63 at 7, 62, 61, 60 degrees by the time we get to 10 p.m. We are holding very steady in the low and mid 60s across a good majority of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Maybe we had a little bit of light drizzle through the course of the afternoon. Emphasis there on light drizzle. That activity was very difficult to pick up on radar. We could even be talking about some of that this evening, but again, radar's not really going to be able to pick up on that. So just understand that it is going to be a remote possibility. Maybe you're waiting on some friends or loved ones to travel into you this evening. Clear across much of the region. No problems at Huntsville International, Nashville, Birmingham, Atlanta. All free and clear of any problems. We're clear across the East Coast heading into Charlotte, or if somebody's laying over in Charlotte, they would be fine this evening. And then even if we look across the rest of the continental United States, the only problem we're having out in San Francisco. Now, the problems along the West Coast could escalate as we head into both Wednesday and Thursday. A massive system is going to move into California, Oregon, and Washington. It's going to bring a lot of very heavy wind and a lot of very heavy rain, so problems could exist out along the West Coast. Otherwise, not a lot of problems expected across the continental United States over the next couple of days. Here's Futurecast locally as we head into the middle part of your Christmas Eve morning. Maybe a couple of light raindrops across the Tennessee Valley, but otherwise we're going to maintain the mostly cloudy sky. A few peaks of sunshine are certainly going to be possible as we head into the later part of the afternoon, but otherwise we maintain a fair amount of that cloud cover, trying to lose some of it as we head into the overnight and then early into your Christmas morning, but then that cloud cover is going to build right back into the Tennessee Valley. A little bit of sunshine is going to be possible through Christmas Day, but do not be surprised if you end up talking about a mostly cloudy sky, holding on to that cloud cover Thursday night and then early into Friday morning. Temperatures do not at all fall off as we head into the overnight. As a matter of fact, it is going to be quite warm. Your heat's probably not going to run tonight. We're only dropping into the mid and upper 50s across the Tennessee Valley. Let's talk about your Christmas Eve and your Christmas Day. 63 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve, 69 at noon, 71 by 3 p.m., and it looks like that's where many of us are going to finish the day, 66 by 6. So you've probably got a new winter-themed outfit to go to all of your Christmas Eve services. Unfortunately, you're going to be really warm if you plan to wear that, because we're going to be talking about temperatures in the mid and upper 60s, even the lower 70s as we head into the early and middle part of the evening. Christmas Day looks like it's going to be just as warm. Maybe a couple of peaks of sunshine, but otherwise a mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid 70s. I've got a high right around 72 degrees. This is the warmest air we've seen since 2016. Have a good look at the next 7 days. We stick with the 70s through the front half of the weekend. 71, 70 Friday, Saturday, 68 on Sunday. Now Sunday brings about a vastly better opportunity for rain, probably some widespread rain, associated with a cold front. That is really going to drop our temperatures as we head into Monday and Tuesday of next week. Plenty of sunshine next Monday and Tuesday, but highs only climbing into the mid and upper 30s. Back to reality, I suppose.
We have a traffic impact alert for you tonight. Huntsville Utilities is closing a portion of Andrew Jackson Way in just a couple of hours. From 8 p.m. to 3 a.m., contractors are closing Andrew Jackson Way from Clinton Avenue to Wellman Avenue for pole replacement. You're asked to avoid the area, but if you need to take Andrew Jackson Way, crews will detour you down Clinton Avenue to Russell Street and back to Pratt Avenue. And holiday gate hours at Redstone Arsenal begin tomorrow. Gates 1, 3, 7, 10, and the VCC will be closed tomorrow through Friday. Those same gates will be on reduced hours, December 29th through the 31st. On January 1st and 2nd, all gates will be closed except for gates 8 and 9. For more traffic impact alerts, go to FOX54.com. AlDOT has announced there will be no temporary lane closures through December 26th and from the 30th to January 2nd. This suspension is to help reduce traffic congestion and improve safety with more people traveling during the holiday. AlDOT says last year, 8 people died in crashes during the holidays. AlDOT shared a few safety tips to stay safe this Christmas. Avoid distractions, observe speed limits, and buckle up.
All right, let's talk some sports. Phillip Rivers trying to pick up his first win as a coach starter this year. We'll take a look back at the game on Monday Night Football next.
Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Athens High School alumnus Phillip Rivers had an entire week to prepare for the Colts' last outing against San Francisco. The battle with the 49ers also serving as a home debut for the 44-year-old Colts QB. On Monday Night Football, the Athens High grad making some noise early, capping off the Colts' opening drive with a touchdown pass. He finished the night with 277 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But that INT resulted in a pick 6 for San Fran, and it basically sealed the game. The Colts defense, they were ripped apart by Brock Purdy, who finished the night with 5 touchdown passes as the 49ers rolled past the Colts 48-27. Phillip Rivers enjoyed being back inside of Lucas Oil Stadium, but he's not satisfied with being 0-2 as a starter.
Again, I'm torn of how to express it because it's been a blast. It's been a blast to prepare and to go so you can get ready and go out there and warm up and do all that with these guys again. But again, the name of the game is not, go have a good time. It's to help find a way to lead your team to win, and we've come up short here these first 2. But I've been a part of less percentage chances of getting in and got in before. So you'll certainly won't hear me losing hope here.
All right, football fans here in the Tennessee Valley, you'll be able to see Rivers in action right here on Fox 54 this weekend. We've got a doubleheader. Up first is the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. That game kicks off at noon. Then at 3:25 p.m., Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they'll take on the Buffalo Bills at 3:25. Remember, both of those games airing this Sunday right here on Fox 54. Coming up tonight in Sports at 9, we'll take another look at this year's college football playoff. You don't want to miss it. Caleb.
Coming up on Fox 54 News at 9, friends and loved ones gathered yesterday to remember the life of a reporter killed last week. We take you to Coleman. The Alabama legislative are already filing bills for the next legislative session, and one bill is honing in on screen time for young children. The details ahead. They're not just any helpers. They're a group that's been giving out gifts to kids for years, and now they need your help. That's coming up on Fox 54 News at 9. A United States postal worker in Massachusetts is continuing an annual tradition this year by delivering packages as Buddy from the movie Elf. Scott Phillips began dressing as the cheerful character after seeing his son dressed in the green and yellow suit, starting a tradition that's continued since 2011. Phillips says everybody lights up when they see him all dressed up. He says their reaction is worth its weight in gold.
There are several Elf quotes that could be, don't pick up the gum, congratulate people that claim they have the world's best cup of coffee, I love Elf.